When Stars Are Scattered, Part 2, 2 years later. This is the little chapter between chapter 7 and 8. It's just called Part 2. In a refugee camp, everything can change and nothing can change. I'm still here, so that hasn't changed. But we have a goat. One of Fatima's friends gave it to her when she got resettled to Sweden. Hey, quit biting my shirt. Brownie hates me and is my sworn enemy. But now we have milk to drink and we can sell the extra milk. That means we can sometimes buy things like shoes and clothes. I think that's why Brownie tortures me. She knows I can't get rid of her. You may have also noticed my swanky new outfit. One of Fatima's friend's son died, and he was about my size. He had diabetes. I didn't know him. Otherwise, it might have been weird wearing a dead kid's clothes. Actually, it's still a little weird when I think about it. His heart was beating right here where my heart is. Sometimes I say a little thank you to him when I put on my clothes in the morning. Dante, let's go. We're going to be late for school. That's right. I'm in middle school. I passed the exams. Hassan, I'm leaving now. I'll be back this afternoon. Hassan? I guess I didn't have to worry so much about leaving him alone. He barely notices when I'm gone because he's so busy taking care of Brownie. He gives her fresh water every morning, and then he and Fatima take her on long walks to let her graze. Hassan is really good with animals. I think he would make a much better farmer than me. In the afternoons, while Fatima takes a nap, Hassan spends time with Miriam. Hi, Omar. Hi, Jerry. Miriam's husband is old, but he's not too strict. He doesn't mind that she spends time with Hassan in the afternoon or that she still studies with Nemo, so long as her chores get done. Come on, Nemo. We're going to be late. I'll come by after school. Don't forget to ask your teacher that question I had about photosynthesis, okay? Nemo passed her exams too, of course. She even got the top score for the girls, but who knows what would have happened if... Nemo, Jerry, and I always walk to school together. We pass a lot of kids from our block who didn't get into middle school. Hey, you guys, soccer later? Yeah, if we don't have too much homework, sure. I feel bad for tall Ali, even if he is a jerk. I remember how it felt to stay home while my friends went to school. Our middle school looks a lot like our primary school, but it's not as crowded. We have 37 boys and 12 girls in our class. We start each day off with assembly. The whole school sits outside and we pour water on the ground so we don't get all dusty. Assembly is usually pretty boring. Teachers tell us about school schedules or club meetings or upcoming exams. But assembly is great when... Yes, it's Michael. Michael is our English teacher. I think back in Somalia, he would have been one of those poets Neo's mom always talks about. Good morning. He has a way of using his words to take you to a different place. Students, I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine the night sky. Now imagine yourself as one of those stars. Your light is bright and shines for millions of miles. Now open your eyes and open them wide. Look at your friends sitting all around you. Throughout your life, people may shout ugly words at you. Words like go home, refugee, or you have no right to be here. When you meet these people, tell them to look at the stars and how they move across the sky. No one tells a star to go home. Tell them I am a star. I deserve to exist just the same as a star. How do I know? Because here I am here. The proof is in the stars. Coming from someone else, this speech might sound cheesy, but Michael has a way of making you believe in yourself. Then it's inside for classes. English is first. Today we're reading essays we wrote, in English of course, about what we want to be when we grow up. Omar, you're up. When I grow up, I want to be a social worker with the United Nations. Social workers are nice. They are helpful. They help people get food when they are hungry. They help you see a doctor when you are sick. That is why I want to be a social worker. I still have dreams about our farm in Somalia, but I'm trying to forget. You can't live in the past, and dreams aren't real. Very nice, Omar. You may take a seat. Besides, I think I'd be a good social worker. Maybe I can help make things more fair for refugees who can't stand up for themselves. Next is Nemo. Come on up, Nemo. Ahem. When I grow up, I'd like to be a lawyer. Lawyers have to argue cases in court, and I think I'd be good at that. I'll say she'd be good at that. Lawyers can help people know their rights. I want to help women and girl refugees know their rights. I want to make life fair for them. A very worthy goal, Nemo. Thank you. Nemo hasn't talked much about becoming an actress or singer recently. In fact, she's been a lot quieter, period. I haven't heard her sing for the longest time. The other students had your standard answers for what they wanted to be when they grew up. Soccer player, pilot, president of Kenya, president of Somalia. Jerry, my boy, you're up. I sat up straight. I was curious what Jerry had written about. When we talk about the future, he mostly talks about going to America. I could tell Jerry was nervous by the way he was tapping his leg. When I grow up, I'd like to be a teacher, maybe an English teacher. Teachers can inspire their students. They can give their students hope for their future and make them believe they can do anything they want. I think it is a very nice thing to be a teacher. It is indeed a very nice thing to be a teacher, and you will be an excellent one. I can just tell that about you. You may take your seat. What a kiss up. A teacher, huh? I tried to catch Jerry's eye, but he just stared at his pencil for the rest of the class. After school, we walked home together as usual. Hey, Jerry, I didn't know you wanted to be a teacher. Go ahead and laugh. I'm not laughing. I think you'd be a good teacher. Yeah, right. Ow. Oh, you would have been a good teacher. You always helped me when we were studying for exams. I got into middle school, didn't I? And you were number 33 when we started. I had very little to work with. Hey, you told me 33 wasn't so bad. Our new walk home took us right by the market. Usually we keep on walking, but today, hey, can we stop for a minute? My mom wanted me to buy some sugar. I'm supposed to go straight home. Please? You know I don't like to walk through the market by myself. Come on, it'll only take a minute. What's with him? Shrug. Of course, Nemo started chatting with the sugar seller and with the clothing seller and the neighbor we met on the street. Now, can we please get out of here? Is that my son I hear? Get over here, Limpy. Great, thanks a lot. Hey, look everyone, it's my son. We call him Limpy. He could barely walk when he was smaller. Jerry's dad looked a lot different than the last time I saw him. His eyes were all red, and his face looked sunken in. He and the men sitting around him were all chewing cot leaves. A lot of the men in camp can chew cot. They say it kind of helps you forget things. I can walk now, Dad. Hey, where were you today? Were you in school? Are you still in school? What do they teach you at that school of yours? What did you do today? Speak up. I can't hear you. We read essays we wrote about what we want to be when we grow up. Ha, good one. I can tell you what you'll be. You'll be a refugee. And what did you say? What did you say you want to be when you grow up? I think I maybe want to be a teacher. Yeah, right. I don't think people like you can be teachers, Limpy. And you know what? Do what do you want to be? Me, sir? I want to work for the UN. Oh boy, here goes. The UN? The UN? Don't talk to me about the UN, worthless crooks. It's their job to help refugees. Do they help me? Do they listen when I say my life is in danger in Somalia and I have to be resettled? No, they help nobody but themselves with their fancy cars and their big compounds. This is what they teach you in schools? Fill your heads with crazy dreams about what you can be, teach girls and tell them they can be anything they want? Nemo kind of hid behind us and kept her head down. And you, my own son, you want to be a teacher? How will you get a job? Refugees aren't allowed to work. My teacher, Michael, he's a refugee. Then they probably pay him 1/10 of what they'd pay a Kenyan for the same work. Us refugees, we are nothing but slave labor around here. Look around you. We're surrounded by desert. You're in a prison right now, a giant sprawling prison, and you'll spend the rest of your life here, and that's the real truth your teachers won't tell you about. Now, get out of here. Get out of my face. Well, that was uplifting. Shut up. Our walk home was pretty quiet after that. Hello, I'm home. Ever since Brownie entered our lives, no warm welcomes for me. Oh, Omar, you're back. Fatima, is it stupid of me to be going to school? What's the point of going to school if I can't get a job afterward? Well, we never know what will happen in our lives, do we? God surprises us and provides when he provides when he will, like when he brought us Brownie. Everything comes back to that stupid goat. So stay in school, prepare yourself, and educate yourself so you can be ready when God reveals his plan to you. It's like a prison here. You're alive, aren't you? You're going to school. Life is only a prison if you make it one. Think of this more like God's waiting room. That's what this refugee camp felt like, a giant waiting room filled with hundreds of thousands of people waiting and waiting and waiting. Everyone here just wants a place to call home, a place where they can work or go to school, a place where their families will be safe. But how can you have a home when you live in a waiting room? Maybe Jerry's dad is right, because sometimes it sure feels like a prison to me. We'll stop there and pick up on chapter 8 next time.